Either way.
Okay. You okay? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. I was just, trying to give you a status update. Yeah, everything is much better. I'm in a good mental state.
Okay. Okay.
Saturday.
Oh,
It
okay.
was raining a lot, so I was like, I'm not driving out there.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the rain is what stopped you. Oh, yeah. I'm low key glad though.
Yeah.
But you see, that's why, like, I don't think she means anything malicious by it, but some people just like.
No.
But some people just like that, and she, just like I said, she only calls me. Mama think I'm so rude for not calling her back, but she only calls me when it's time for her to gather the graduating class, and I really feel like she wants, it does that for some people. She wants credit for getting the valedictorian to come to the reunion. You know what I mean?
Right. I totally agree with you.
So I mean, and I don't think she means it mean or anything like that, but not that she's a sociopath, but just like certain people have certain things that they live for, shoot, and I'm not here for it. Like y'all, like we went to the same high school, and I wasn't in your squad of friends,
right?
In the same high school,
right?
Like at lunch, you wasn't checking for me at lunch. You wasn't checking for me at lunch. You wasn't at the games hollering my name.
Sure, right.
I mean, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm just not, I'm on some keep that same energy. I always been that chick, let's keep that same energy.
You and I like right parallel, like on the same.
Yeah, I'm not even offended. It's just But the thing is, with you not being offended, people will be. It's funny how they'll be offended. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. And goodness forbid she go through something, and we really do got to be compassionate, for her, towards her, because she gonna milk that and eat it up. But and she can't. Again, it's not even personal. She can't even help it. I know she have good days and bad days, and it's hard either way, but she just like, I'm like, girl, you gonna stop milking that. And between me and you, when he was, because she's selfish, again, not maliciously, but selfish. I'm like, oh my God, is she serious right now? But she can't even help it. I was gonna ask you how the party was, because I was gonna be mad curious. Mad curious. Yeah, I've been worried about it for a long time, and my concern is the wall that's in between my ability to, and everyone's really ability to communicate. Fortunately, like you said, Mom has the ability to pick her up and feed her, but my concern is now my inability to communicate with her, because even if I decided, because I even thought about writing a manual letter, but then intercept that as well, because this has been going on for a long time, and ain't no way phone is always broken or lost. You know what I mean? So I know what that is. I know that's the control of over her children and who she's able to be influenced by or communicate with. Because she needs somebody where she can just get stuff off her chest, even if nothing gets fixed. That's really important for people to be able to vent and get it off her chest, as you well know, because you do that for Mom. And especially as a little impressionable girl, and she doesn't have her sister there to, who probably also feels some resentment, because she probably feels like, well, nobody there for me, when I was going through that with Mom, you know what I mean? But especially at her age, I'm concerned. And I don't want the torch to be passed yet again, because one way or another the torch has been passed. She still has time to clean it up, though, obviously, because she's very young. But when people say what's wrong with the children, this be what's wrong with them. And the main ones be saying, yeah, I said that when I was young, but I only said it a couple of times, because reality is that will never in a million years happen. Because the worst parent. Oh yeah, I've been feeling like that since high school. I completely agree. Even so, really, realistically, and to be fair, some people who ain't shit really change when they have kids. They start be like, okay, well, I'm responsible for this life now, So some people do change. That, that doesn't apply to addicts or, alcoholics. But, some people it does change. So even to police anything like that is just, But I agree. I agree. But even if I could.
And you can't even talk about the age, because some people are old and still foolish.
That's why I don't call everybody, I don't toss around the word men and women. Yeah, men and women. I call everybody, how females hate to be called females? I call females so much, they think it's a man thing that they talking down on women. And sometimes it is, but something like that don't offend me, because I am female, like you are female. Why does that make you mad? Because the only way that can make me mad is if I'm doing something that's not ladylike and I'm pretty much getting called out on it. So, I mean, you are female. They're male. I mean, you are. It's just that it's the different, it's a difference. And, everybody that give a guy credit for being a man, everybody out there ain't men gonna do this, a man gonna do this, a man gonna do that. I don't know what you describe as a man, but the men who are men that I know, they don't do that. Well, you describing F-boy behavior right there. But if you consider them men, knock yourself out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So you're going to always think ain't no good men in the world. Because they going to see you, and they going to be like, oh, she don't believe in good men, so she won't even know how to treat one. Let me go the opposite way. So in your real truth world, there really are none that exist. So I don't know what to tell you, girl. I'm just like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Everybody ain't a man, everybody ain't a woman. And that's a whole another layer I put on it. Now I call everybody procreators. Until I see that they're a parent, I call a procreator. You're a maternal or a paternal procreator. Because it's really tragic. But a bad procreator will be the first one to tell you can't tell me how to raise my kids. They'll be the first ones. And guess what? They right. They're right. And that means to me that there's no intervention. So when all these people talk all this stuff about for the children, do this for the children, do that for the children, y'all don't care about the children, because if you cared about the children, you wouldn't be defending pedophiles for sure. You wouldn't, or if you cared about the children, like when somebody come forward about an assault, your thing won't be why you didn't come forward 30 years, because they was young and they really didn't. It's like a plethora of reasons for that stuff. Like I was watching this, and she had both her teenage daughters with her, and she was talking about how, who doesn't do that? All boys, like boys will be boys situation in terms of assault. And her daughters were right there with her. What her younger one had shades on, and the older one was saying, yep, right behind her. And I was sitting there, I was like, right now, as they saying that, either one or both of her daughters have likely been assaulted. And you think they can come, and when they come forward 30 years from now, you're going to be like, why you didn't come forward back then? Because their very mother was saying that boys will be boys. If they got you, that's just what boys do. So, yeah, she ain't going to come forward. And if she did come forward, how long does that support last? I was watching some chick coming forward at the, everybody was so mad at that preacher for molesting Ariana Grande at Aretha's funeral. I was like, watch this last a week, if that.
Right.
I was like, watch him not lose a handful of congregation. And then y'all come back and still ask why people don't come forward. Because they got support for a week for a trauma that they got to live down in a lifetime. That's why. And y'all say, oh, why won't you come forward? Because then they get criminalized. So that's why. But nobody never relates them two together. But, I have a real concern for children. Just like I told you last time, somebody was saying about, people, I watch all these people saying, follow your dreams, which you should. Basically, they telling kids that there shouldn't be a plan B. Your plan A is the plan or whatever. Really? You going to inspire the kids who you telling that basically convincing that everybody's a winner. You convincing them that they should never have a plan B. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see how that work out for the children. So then when somebody got some sense come up and say, well, how about if you, try plan B? They'll be like, oh, no, you're a hater. I'm a hater now. instead of suggesting that you have the plan B that your procreators done told you don't need. Because everything ought to go your way all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's the worst ones that you can't tell how to raise their kids. And that's why I have always looked to you and seen you as like one of the best mothers on the face of this planet. Because
why? Because I don't care?
Because you.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Because you care enough to listen to something that might be beneficial for your child. Even if it's something that you disagree with, you will have the love enough for your child to consider. Is it something that'll be a beneficial idea? You know what I mean? I've seen you do it with a million times. And I've seen you do it with other people. Just like when somebody, a bad parent, when somebody suggested that on the surface, they would be like, how they gonna tell me to have my asthmatic child run track? I ain't killing my child behind you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
But you were like, that sounds crazy, but nobody said it wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
All these activities, I was hesitant. But when it was like right there.
My point is, you love your son enough to consider it as an option and follow up with the logic that showed you that it might potentially be beneficial. Instead of writing it off, saying that sounds crazy. Even though you did say that sounds crazy, it sounded crazy, but you also followed up and asked someone who was educated in the area and could show you the logic and otherwise.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And a person who is, and it ain't, again, not their fault. They're convinced they're a great parent. So, you know, because in their mind, it was dangerous for their child to do such a thing. But, I mean, you know, people don't think.
Then also, sometimes if you choose to, and I'm going to use my words carefully, right? Because, again, it's not tied to age necessarily. But if you choose to learn from all of your experiences, and I feel like the older you get and the more crap you go through, the more you realize what you don't know.
Right, exactly. The more you realize, the more you know, the more you know what you don't know.
Exactly.
I just kick back because it's too widespread at this point.
You act like it's a disease. You're like, oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah. I mean, and it's fatally viral. You know, my heart goes out to the kids because that's all I can do, because there's no intervention. No real intervention is allowed. I mean, people always talk about the children, but no real intervention is allowed. It's like black radio, you know, they get to a point and they be like, we got to stop killing each other on these streets, and, you know, we respect your women and what's happening and stuff. And right after that, they'll play R. Kelly and Chris Brown's greatest hits. Like, okay, can we start by not supporting people that perpetuate everything that you just said? What was wrong with the children? How about that? You know, they have a whole talk segment about uplifting the community, and then follow it up with the you know, hey, if we want to say it's art and it doesn't influence people or whatever, okay, that's whatever. What I'm gonna do? I'm one person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I see someone's open to growth, because I realize my delivery needs help. I ain't got no filter on my delivery. How I, you know, speak the truth, and people ain't ready for that, because it make you look in the mirror, and that's a hard thing for people to do. It's really hard. And I watch so many people so much that it makes me not mind. I don't mind people tough loving me. You know, when people tell me about myself, I'm good. I'm okay with that. You know, I saw something that said, admit when you're wrong and shut up when you're right. And that's something I need to take to heed, because people don't want to hear the truth, pretty much. And I'm okay with that. But as far as me and my life and my relationships that I build, I want people loving me sincerely, and that includes pumping my brakes or calling any BS that I need to look at. There's a difference between support and enabling. That's not the same. People think that's the same thing, apparently. I agree, but maybe she felt, I don't know, I have no idea what her perspective was, but maybe, and knowing it wasn't a good defense, maybe she didn't say it aloud, but maybe she felt like, I'm trying to find a reason why she would not get the help, and maybe she felt like if everything came to a boil, once, because she was only a year from 18, you know, being grown.
Yeah.
So maybe even if she got the help, well, once she go to college, then now she's responsible for her in college, and she sure can't afford that. Yeah, I was just looking for reasons why she would logically.
So
I don't think that. I just think that I'm just trying to look for reasons, and I'm thinking that maybe because say for me, if it were me, I would feel like, you know, if something happened, if something happened her. You know, if something happened with her health, but all those things are really big ifs, and your mother knows her granddaughter. The thing is that all those are wonderful ifs, but if she didn't go to school or finish school or graduate on time or make good grades, then those benefits would also be retracted. So,
but she wouldn't have to pay them back.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that works. I'm just
as it stands right now, she got all them back on loans, and
I've been in the world a couple of decades, so.
You know?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, you was telling her, I did this, I did that, don't do that. Why, with the millennial mindset, why you think you was telling her, teaching her, and you was like, she didn't learn one daggum thing. What they actually do is take all the stuff where you say you messed up and you're using it.
Oh, and they think they're not going to get caught up?
Yeah, and so they don't even listen to the end part that says, you know what I mean? You think you teaching them what not to do, and you actually teaching them what to do. Not because you teaching them, but because their mindset latches on to the BS in what you're saying.
No, stupid.
It's just unfair. It's unfair that people, and I get people once it's a disease, okay, that, you know, you caught up. But I just feel like, and I guess this is us venting with each other now, but I feel like everybody else gotta suffer for the person that made. It's almost like, okay, we live on a corner house, right? Let's say all the kids in the neighborhood wanted to shit on our lawn. And let's say we deliberately, let's don't use humans. Let's use dogs. Everybody in the neighborhood got dogs, and they all let them out to come shit on the people's lawn. And we living on a corner house, so our house gonna get the most shit. But the reason we love animals, but we didn't get a dog because one thing that we can't stand, one thing we hate more than we love animals is shit on the lawn. So we didn't get a dog for that reason. Now everybody else's dog got a shit on our lawn, and we gotta clean that up. When we on purpose, I didn't have no dog on purpose. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I just look at everybody that have, because my thing is, nobody, unless you dating people at gunpoint, you have a choice. Whether you made a juvenile decision or not, okay, but you did have a choice.
You do have a choice, but you, again, I feel like you don't know what you don't know.
Well, that's what I said. You're still young. Yeah, but you detail, when you detail that.
Wait. Listen, wait. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't care whether we like it or not. Doesn't care whether we like it or not.
Oh, well, you know, when we were growing up, we would hear that on like on TV shows and stuff. Life isn't fair. Shh, that ain't that the freaking truth.
The day that stopped was when she started dating, because I was like, oh no, we don't choose the same. we don't pick alike at all. It doesn't matter if she meets a man like that again, because for me, I know you have faith in terms of that, but to me, her first choice would kind of told me that this guy wouldn't last. Not just because it was her first choice, but because it was her first choice and she never let go of it. That means that's what she wants. So to me, I wouldn't have had faith in Mr. Engineer either way. It didn't matter. And I know it wouldn't be my choice. It would be her choice. And if her choices are as such, then that's what it's gonna be. It's kind of like people. Like, there are so many people that, you know, they got celibacy twisted. And so a lot of people that consider themselves going celibate to make a better decision than a dude, they gonna end up with the same kind of dude. Because you not sleeping with everybody is not gonna change your decision making. That's not the thing that is going to change your decision making. So I'm like, you depriving yourself of all that sex, that fornication, and you're going to end up, when you do fornicate again, with the same kind of dude. I'm like, what a waste. You know, because you're doing it with the wrong motivation to begin with. You know, it's easy to say, oh, I'm saving myself for marriage. But that's not really what people are doing in general. When I hear people that say they're being celibate, to me, the people that are genuinely celibate for the right reasons, for themselves and to, you know, whatever, we don't ever know about it. Because it ain't important that nobody know. To me, if you dating and you feel like, because most people do, they feel like, well, I better go ahead and tell the person that I'm celibate so they don't expect nothing. That makes sense on the surface. But down deep, nobody needs to know that you celibate, if you really celibate for the right reasons, until it comes time for y'all to cross the line, and then you kind of explain to him that you kind of waiting. You know what I mean? Otherwise, anything else to me, and I'm an eyeball, but anything else to me is you letting somebody know that all they got to do is play the game, fake like you the one, and then you're going to be like, well, we're going to get married anyway. I might as well go ahead and share myself with him. And then he know that that's all he need to do is convince you that y'all going to be married at some point. Hit the panties, and then drop you like everybody else did. The same type of dude. And you be like, I thought he was different. Yeah, of course you did. You gonna do that. So you deprive yourself from being a hoe that you were. Because you gonna go to the same dude. Because to me, if you celibate, nobody needs, like those, and predators love that. Because they like, oh, she's celibate, okay. You know, that's sprinkling some seasoning on it. That's all they're doing. They're like, okay, girl. But if you really are celibate and for the right reasons, then it's not even important to announce. Like, who are you impressing? Us? The dudes?
Yeah.
Who? Nobody. If I'm celibate, no, it's not important that anyone knows that I'm celibate. Otherwise I'm just trying to get pats on the back for not fornicating. Period. Yeah. I'm getting pats on the back, and the predators know what they have to do. Now, they just got to jump one more hurdle, but you still going to do it. Or when you do it, you're going to be given to the same type of dog-ass dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and there's validity to being celibate. There's strong validity, but when I see that people are motivated by all these other crazy things, I'm like, I saw somebody, and that's how I know what year it was. It was last year, because they was on this no D 2017. So they wasn't going to have no sex in 2017. But now that person is doing stuff like, you know how people review reality TV? they were reviewing a show called 90 Day Fiance, and they all mad at how dumb the people are, you know, for getting catfished and swindled and stuff. But I'm sitting up there like, you conditioning your mind to stay in the frame of mind you was in when you was, I guess, sleeping with so many of the wrong people that you had to go celibate. But you keeping your mind in this arena of people that's getting catfished. I'm like, that's not gonna improve your decisions no better, boo boo.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna improve you. That's like people getting relationship advice from reality show chicks. I think that's the funniest stuff ever. And remember, Tyrese had a good run giving relationship advice too. Tyrese, y'all listening to Tyrese out here in these streets? It would be mostly self-proclaimed Christian chicks too. I mean, like Tyrese is your life coach, bruh. Like, girl.
Oh man, crazy.
It ain't no big deal. I mean, cause I get the other one, but the other, but I don't always have that phone, you know, nearby.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'll try to do better. Thanks.
No, you cool. You cool. Cause I don't even know. I didn't even get the message on that. Did you leave a message?
I think so.
Cause I wanted to call you. I wanted to call you and see how the party was, but I figured you were at it when I thought about calling. I was like, easy.
Girl,
I said,
girl, you got to tell me twice. I was like, girl, I sleep in. Sometimes, girl, I don't even take a shower.
Okay. Okay.
I was in the club. I'll never forget. It was 12 midnight. In the middle, 12 midnight. That's when everything gets started, right?
Yeah.
I was sitting down. I'll never forget it. And I was yawning. I was like, okay, that's it. That's it.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I mean, if you're yawning in the club at 12 midnight, okay.
Y'all have our moments. Mine is only vaguely different, and that's only because I partied with old folks to begin with. You reach an age where you wonder where all that time went. How did I have time to go out that often?
But don't get me wrong, I don't have any regrets.
Yeah.
I have zero regrets. We literally will like close our eyes and say, oh, where we want to go this weekend. Sometimes we just be like, okay, let's go to Oklahoma, get a car, then we go.
Yeah.
No babysitter.
Yeah.
We have to ask nobody.
Yeah.
We just left.
Yeah.
We felt like it.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, kids, things change. And people think having a baby, that's going to fix whatever issue you have in life.
I don't even know why it sounds believable to some people. Like, you know, when I think about, like, when you told me that mess, I was like, well, first of all, it ain't believable from anybody. But then you gon' believe it from a known liar?
Yeah. You're like, no. Say that, make that statement out loud.
Well, like, what made you go, yeah, that'll work? That's brilliant.
That'll fix everything.
Brilliant.
Did you not used to watch any of those after school?
Any of them, because all of them ended bad. All of them end bad. All of them end bad, girl. It's like even the basics tell you this ain't gonna end well, girl.